everyone, welcome to the next edition of Coffee Talk with Bintelli. Once again here with Jackson and Jason. We actually just realized that it's been just short of 2 months since we've done a Coffee Talk, so we wanted to check in with you guys. Even though you haven't seen us, it's been kind of busy around here the last couple of weeks, so we wanted to give you a couple updates and kind of just give you a little behind the scenes of what's been going on here at Bintelli the last 2 months. So I'll open the floor to Jackson and Jason, and we'll take it away.
So obviously we've been busy. You guys know we've been busy. We've been selling a lot of stuff. We've been telling you we sold a lot of stuff. We actually looked at some of the numbers. We're up 86% the last 2 months, which is insane.
Thank you.
So thank you to all you guys. I mean, it's your hard work. It's the consistent, good ordering, the quantity that you actually need, getting it in the store, and more importantly, closing it when the customer's there. I mean, it's thanks to your support that we're in this position right now, which, albeit maybe, depending on how you view it, a bad position because we're low on inventory. But we got tons on the way. That's the most important part. And it's worth mentioning that right now we have about 2,000 scooters on order floating over here, which is a ton. So we're short on a couple, but we still have stock. We still have bicycles in stock. We still have the Bintelli. We have the Adleys. ATVs are on their way over. So it's going to get better. Hunker down. We'll get through it.
Okay, but why is that? So for the dealers that joined us on the cruise for this past year, you saw what the inventory looked like.
It looked good
at the end of February.
It looked the best we ever had.
You have to understand that we tried to do everything in our power this year to make sure that we had the stock that our dealers needed. On the flip side of that coin is we positioned ourselves to bring on 38 new dealers this year since January. This really hammers us. And so as much foresight and planning as we thought that we had, with a massive stock that we had going into this year, we got caught a little bit low right now on some of the absolute best-selling stuff, models and colors, and I understand that affects you guys. We're sorry. I'm sorry for that.
Now, with that being said,
I don't know how else to say that. But.
You guys may or may not notice, but just behind Jackson over there,
what's that?
You can almost make out as a brand new beast.
Yeah.
The reason I'm showing you that, we actually just got them back in stock today. So I sent out an email blast earlier. We've been getting a lot of questions because you guys have been blowing through them. The first order, people are on their second and third at this point, and I think they just got to the dealerships on Friday. Was the earliest?
Last week.
So you guys are doing great with them. So we got the black and red back in stock. Just let us know if you need them.
Going back to the inventory real quick, I just want to point out these two guys are banging on my door every single day saying order more, order more, order more. The 2,000 plus scooters that we have coming on the way right now, that's just Bintelli. That's nothing to do with Adley. We have additional Adley as well. It's the most we've ever had in company history, and we were just doing everything we can to get it full. I will say, though, that we do have great stock of the Sprint and the Breeze in stock right now.
Yep.
And for the models that we've been sold out of a little bit, the Scorch and the Bolt, they're actually on the water now. So whereas a couple weeks ago we didn't know when we were getting them again, about another 3.5 weeks we got Scorch and Bolt on the way. I think we still have a couple green Scorch, like less than 5 or whatever, but we got a couple.
There's stuff rolling in on a very consistent basis. But I mean, it's specific models and colors are going to be tough to keep up with. This brings us to a good point, which is, I'm not sure how it works other places, but for here, when I push my dealers to pre-order, it's specifically because I want to make sure that you guys have access to what is apparently the hottest inventory as soon as it becomes available. And what has happened is that as much as we are ordering these massive quantities, we're biting into it. Orders are getting bought up before they hit. I mean, the Beast is a great example. Yeah, that's a new unit, but that the load of those is going to be halfway gone.
Yeah.
Before it gets here?
Yeah, every shipment that's come so far has already been pre-sold 100%. This is the first shipment we had where there's a couple units left, and even that had a lot of pre-sales. I think we have about 20 of each color left, the black and the burgundy. Right. So with the way it's been selling in the next day or two, those could be gone as well.
So it's worth mentioning, too, like we just said, we onboarded, 38 new dealers this year. So for a lot of guys, this may be the first time you've seen a coffee talk from us, and kind of going back on who we are as a company, we're extremely transparent. So with other distributors, maybe when they told you, I'm running low on a Blue Breeze, maybe that meant they had 400 of them sitting in a warehouse from 2015, 2014, 13 models. That's not how we do it here. So when you call up and you say, how many do you have in stock? I'll tell you exactly how many, give or take 1 or 2, because I may be on the phone with someone, Jackson may be dealing with someone, Justin, or one of the sales associates here. So take us at our word. When I tell you there's only 2 left, I really mean there's only 2 left.
And one thing I want to add to that is if Jason says to you, there's 2 blue Sprint left, and you say, okay, great, I'll call back tomorrow, more than likely those 2 blue Sprints are going to be gone, because at that point, even if you say I want them, if there's not an order placed with a payment made, those 2 blue Sprints are still open for the entire dealer family to order. So the dealers that are being decisive and just placing that order right there on the phone, or if they're on one of our floor plan partners, whether it's North Point or Wells Fargo, they have the ability to just say, yeah, go ahead and put it on the credit line so I don't have to pay you.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. How can I get my order in the fastest? How can I get it shipped out the fastest? What is the easiest way to go about that?
So, I mean, what jumps out at me right away is that North Point is a new flooring partner for us this year. They have been extremely aggressive, making sure that it's easy to sign up. A very quick process, usually less than 10 business days. And they're very easy to work with. And one of the advantages that gives to dealers is that when they say, Jackson, I want those 2 blue sprints that are in stock, I say, do I have your permission to ship those to you? Put them on your flooring line. Yes, please do. Bang, those are yours. They're gone off the inventory sheet. They're no longer up for grabs for anybody else. So that's the first huge advantage of the flooring companies. Secondarily, a lot of dealers are starting to use those as like a 30-day funny money. So it really helps them balance their cash in hand. They have a certain amount of money in the bank, but that 30 days of free flooring that we offer as a company for our entire product lines allow dealers to stack out their inventory at the times where it really matters and give them that 30 days of fluff period. And then even after that, the interest rates are extremely affordable, either through the new flooring partner, North Point, or through traditional Wells Fargo, GE.
I think it's like $5 a month a scooter type of a thing.
It's dirt cheap. The city car, the EVs, about $1 a day.
$1.11 a day.
$1.15 a day.
And you don't have to pay for the product until you sell it. So all that profit that you make when you sell it, you got to make all that profit without having to spend any of the money on any of our product lines. You could use that money for other things, stocking products from other distributors and manufacturers that don't offer floor plan or things like that.
And again, we're going to pay for the first 30 days of that product on your floor. So even for the first 30 days, it's not a concern.
And I will say the Northwest has been on a hot streak recently.
Yeah.
The last 5 dealers that have applied in the last 2 weeks have all been approved within a week. So that's been great to see.
Yeah, and again, if you're unfamiliar with that, or if you're not quite understanding what we're talking about here as far as the flooring, give us a call. We'll walk you through it. Long story short, they give you a credit line that you can use. Let's say if they start you at $50,000, then as Jackson said, you can apply to any one of our products. So if you want to stock up on Bintelli scooters, Adley scooters, the e-bikes, the e-ATVs, the city car electric vehicles, you can do all of it, and all of it applies to the line. And we can walk you through the process. It's super easy to get you in contact with the representatives to get some paperwork from you. And what's the average turnaround time from start to finish?
I was quoted today. I had a chance to talk to one of the North Point reps, and what they told me was that the bulk of the time is really spent on the dealer side. Mm-hmm. So no offense, you guys are busy, I know that, but when the paperwork gets to you, if you take a couple days, that pads out their stats. They told me they can usually do stuff in 3 or 4 business days on their end, which means that if you're quick on responses, you can possibly get this done in a little bit over a week.
And it's free to apply.
Yeah.
There's no ongoing fee. So if you got approved for $50,000 and just never needed it, and it just sat there as a kind of like in case stuff happens and you want to use it later on.
Right.
For example, if we get a container of ATVs or Beast and you say, I want to reserve a couple, you can reserve without having to use any of your money that you have in-house.
Right. It's just another tool for your bag, right? It's something else that you can use to your advantage. And if you have any questions about that, again, reach out to us. We'll walk you through it. It's a super simple process, and it's just another tool for your bag.
Sure.
So what else we got?
So I'm hoping that Jason can talk a little bit about what else. So yes, we're extremely busy, but what are we doing behind the scenes to boost you guys?
Let's talk about the 2 new websites.
What have we been doing when we're not filming these
do all day?
videos?
What do we do all day?
Right. So we don't sit in the office with the door closed and just wait for 5 o'clock. We're working behind the scenes for you guys. So I'll talk about the 2 different websites in particular. One, we have the brand new BintelliParts.com website.
Right.
That's for all of the product lines. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Real quick, for the login, you're going to be using your same username and password as you did on the previous dealer portal. So again, BintelliParts.com. It's the parts website dedicated to it. Log in with your username and password. You'll see your dealer cost and the retail pricing on there. I know a lot of you guys say, how much should I charge for that?
Now you got it.
We took the guesswork out of it, and we actually inflated a little bit, obviously, but on the retail side. And the second is the portal itself. You guys have been asking, what is going on with the portal? I can't register. I can't do claims. Good news, it's now live with a small caveat. The warranty claims is still down. That's going to be online hopefully in the next few days here. So in the short term, just email us or call us in for anything that you need warranty-wise. But again, that's another thing we've been working on behind the scenes. It's live. Go check it out. Again, that's the BintelliParts.com. and then the separate website, BintelliDealers.com, which we're using for the new portal.
So I'll add a little bit to that. So BintelliParts.com, first things first, be sure you log in before placing your order.
Yes.
Because if you don't log in, you won't get your wholesale pricing. We've attached the wholesale pricing to all of your logins. You're going to use the same email address and password that you used to log into the old dealer portal. If you forget what it is, contact Lindsay, Nim, or your dealer rep. We will help you out and get you logged in. So do that. Make sure you're logged in. Same exact email address and password, dealer portal. So we're trying to make things nice and simple. So for the BintelliParts.com, we've got the Adley parts on there. We have all of the Jiaju and Zen parts on there. We've got Bintelli bicycle parts on there, where the ATV parts are going in the next couple of days, and then the go-karts and the golf carts will be going in the next week or two.
Right, one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. All the parts in one place. You'll see the top right-hand corner. There's a search box. Put the part number in there. It's going to be the best way to search. You could also search by categories and stuff like that. But I've just found that the part number is the fastest, because you know how some people may call this a floorboard. Some call it a floorboard, and you have a space in the middle. Maybe it won't show up. So just put the part number. It'll show right up. We got pictures and specs for almost everything.
So if you're in doubt, you're going to type in the part number, and it's going to show a picture of it.
More times than not. Our guys in the back, Blake, Brandon, and Derek, have been doing an amazing job of doing stuff like that. So you can check out online for the portal. You can now register all your vehicles, not just scooters. So your bikes, ATVs, electric vehicles, everything gets registered through the portal. You also have the resources page on there, which is brand new. I'll let Jackson talk about that in a second. You get all your part manuals. It's a great portal. It's going to be constantly evolving and adding new stuff to it. On both websites, they're large websites that have taken us about 6 to 8 months each to make.
A lot of development.
So there's going to be some bugs. If you notice any issues, let us know. Call or email us. Let us know exactly what you did and what happened, and we'll get that fixed for you. But we've been doing a lot of internal testing, and it's been doing great. I know Jackson took a look at the portal today for the first time.
Yeah.
So what can a dealer do on the portal?
So two major functions. What do you use a dealer portal for? So first major function, your technician, your wife needs a part price, needs a part diagram pulled up right away, needs to register a scooter, submit a warranty claim, some basic stuff, quick function throughout the day. Secondarily, the whole point of this portal is to help you sell more and sell better. So we just the portal's chock full of the dealer resources on the sales side, which are incredible. So for instance, one of the things that I noticed was on there, which was kind of an afterthought, it jumped out at me. For those of you that were privileged to be on the Bintelli cruise that chose to join us this year for the Bintelli cruise, one of the things tools we highlighted was this $5 printout bill you can hand somebody who's in your service center, good for merchandise in the store today, to incentivize them to make an accessory purchase. That's on there. I didn't expect that, and so to see that detailed of a sales tool available to all the dealers, in addition to digital versions of almost all of our printed material, really allows you at your fingertips to pull up just a huge amount of information designed to help you sell better. So that's actually a good segue into the other major use of our time and the time of the new staff that we've added. We talked about it a couple times. They are producing resources for you, our dealer network, that you are specifically requesting. So the nuts and bolts stuff, the manual for the e-bikes for the end user, the videos detailing on how to work on an electric bicycle, a scooter, our golf cart line, to go through the major components. So the video stuff, the paper stuff, I have in my hand a brand new sales tool that should be hitting out to all of our dealers, I think with the first or the newest e-bike order that's going out. We call these paper salesmen. So this allows you to, just like our banner on the wall, this allows you to go features and benefits, high-res pictures of all the units, and then all the stats about this that your customer wants to know. So you can make sure that every single customer who's walking out of your store is going to have some basic information about you. One of the other things that I was talking to Lindsay about was the option for dealers to customize this stuff for themselves. It's something that we're happy to offer and work with our dealers on, is to make sure that this stuff is utilized specifically for your dealership. So the paper salesman side is coming up very strong. All the back-end resources are going to be here very shortly. I know that Lindsay's working on that. 7 o'clock at night currently as we speak.
Yes.
Getting that stuff out.
So the e-bike manual, she just completed yesterday. We're just in the proofing stage, so that should be released in the next week. I know that Lindsay and Kevin worked together to release the recommended tools for all of you that are not bike dealers and have never worked on bikes before. There's a couple tools, not very expensive, but tools that would recommend it for you to stock so you could maintain and PDI these bikes. So that's been released. That's in the dealer portal on the resources page.
Yep.
And then the new PDI for the electric bikes as well has been put on the resources page of the PDI. We also just released the new banners, as most of you have seen over my shoulder over here.
Jackson, that seems to be a new shirt.
Here's the other one. Swag, guys. It's your favorite thing. Whenever I go out on the road, everyone wants to ask me, when are the new t-shirts coming out? What new colors do you have? Do you have them in 5XL? No, but we're working on it. So we want to make sure that you guys have the coolest stuff from Bintelli, because one of my favorite things is walking into a shop and seeing 4 different guys all wearing our shirts, knowing that there are multiple product lines on their show floor, but they choose to wear our stuff. So I want to make sure this stuff is in your hands. We're cranking out new material all the time. I know you guys really got a huge kick out of the cloths that we're including the drying rags with every single scooter now.
I love when I go buy new scooters for less and I see like 2/3 of the staff are all wearing the different varieties of Bintelli shirts. We got some from 4 or 5 years ago, some of the recent ones. It kind of like it touches me in the heart to see.
It's a
that
rainbow
many
of colors, right? There's like 4 or 5 different colors of shirts, and they all say Bintelli or Adley or City Car on them. It's awesome.
Yeah. So one thing I did want to also point out, we didn't mention it when we were talking about the inventory. The ATVs just shipped. So ATVs are on the way. I know we sold out of the last shipment in 48 hours, so those are finally on the way. This next shipment, I believe, is about a third of the way pre-sold, so definitely make sure you get your orders in.
I would say, to stay on the ATVs just for a quick second, I would recommend that any dealer that has not traditionally sold ATVs or a lot of ATVs before, just reach out to Jason or I, and make sure you talk with us just a little bit about some recommended programs we have to help you guys get accelerated into ATVs. Ton of margin in those, huge market for them. It's a very low friction purchase, and so it could be a real huge cash cow for you guys later in the year if you get started now.
Yes, that's big because we have dealers that sell 2, 3, 4, 5. We've even heard 600 ATVs just from Black Friday to Christmas.
But not if they don't know who you are now.
Correct. You have to start getting the word out that you're an ATV dealer and that you've got them. And you also want your staff to start understanding them and learning them and seeing what your best sellers are now. So during the holiday season, you could be stocking what you need to be stocking. So I definitely agree with that. Getting ready, getting set up with the flea markets now, getting set up with your stocking now and things like that. What did you say that one of your dealers is calling their ATVs now to get the electric ATVs?
They're backyard ATVs. So the whole point of that product is electric versus gas. It's quiet. It's safer. So one of the things people are doing is, what time does your kid wake up in the morning? Is it 6 o'clock?
Too early.
Okay, so if it's at 6 o'clock in the morning and nobody in your neighborhood wants to get woken up until 9 because it's Sunday, they can fairly safely play in the backyard as long as they meet the age requirement. They can play in the backyard on the ATV safely. It's quiet. They're much less likely to get in any kind of accident. There's no heat generated, so they can't get burned. It's a much better product for that specifically, and it basically gives you access to a whole new market, which is urban people or suburban people who would not normally be able to operate an ATV at 6 o'clock in the morning. So.
And then 2 days from now, Thursday, we've got more e-bikes in stock. So the M1 and the F1 will be restocked.
Right,
we've been sold out of those.
Fat Tire's back. I know you guys have been waiting on it.
Fat Tire sold out last time within 48 hours of the container arriving. So we actually have good stock coming in that'll be going on the shelves. So that's available for you as well.
All over the country. Shout out to the new dealers for the e-bikes that have jumped on board. Really all over the country in strange places I've never heard of. Getting set up, putting product outside, offering a good front-to-back features to benefits, and then telling people a price that falls well below the industry average for a high-quality unit with a 2-year warranty. A lot of people are moving product just by putting it in a viewable location, having a basic sales process.
Shout out to the dealers who maybe they've only ever done scooters and they brought on the e-bike line and they're really starting to turn them over now. They're having dedicated sales staff in place to target. Maybe this is a new market for them.
Who did that? Who brought in a dedicated sales staff?
So Fusion in particular, Fusion Cycles, Virginia Beach, did a great job. They brought on an additional member of the sales team to go out and target specifically those type of customers who maybe normally they wouldn't attract. And just this week, I forget what number it was. My head's all over the place.
It was 24 hours within the first e-bike delivery to him.
Sounds right. Sold the product, reordered more. He's got more on the way. I think we just delivered it today, or it's on the way. I don't even know. But point being, he sold some. He's got more on the way. He has a dedicated sales guy in place for it. And he recognizes there's a huge market for it. Not just in Virginia Beach, but like Jackson said, there's some towns that I couldn't even pronounce, but they're doing well.
Not to put Scotty on the spot here, but Scotty was extremely skeptical of this kind of thing. I mean, I went and visited Scotty. I was lucky to visit
like a week ago
to visit Scotty and some of our other dealers on my northern trip very recently. Scotty was skeptical. Fusion has an amazing market that they've carved out specifically for scooters. They nail it. They do a great job. So to bring on something else could be concerning to him, to lose a little bit of his focus. However, he recognized a couple things. One, massive margins, huge market, and then the initial quality of this, the value especially of this vehicle. I think it's a huge testament to Scotty to be able to pivot a little bit, give a little bit of time and resources to that, and it's going to pay off huge for him this year.
And get rewarded with a sale the first day you had him, so that's awesome.
Yeah. So. It's got to make you feel good, right?
Yeah. So.
Anyone else want to talk about? It's been crazy the last couple of weeks.
I got to get back to work here. Oh, sorry. No, everything's just been going great. Thank you to you guys again for the amount of work that you guys are putting in to help us do what we're doing this year. It's just been incredible.
I will say this. I'm going to make a vow right now.
Oh boy.
That we will make more Coffee Talk videos in a more prompt fashion for you guys, because I know you enjoy watching it, and we enjoy making these. We enjoy giving back to you guys and letting you know what's going on behind the scenes. It's a little bit hard to carve out time right now because we're just so dedicated to this, I don't want to say out of the box, but the stuff that's in the background, behind the scenes, behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
Because we're working really hard to get everything pushed up to the front, because we know this is prime time for you guys. We want you selling. We want you pushing the product. We want to make sure you have all the stuff in place. So if we don't do a coffee talk as quick as you want, just keep in mind we got
focus a little. Send us some emails with some topics. Say, hey, come go talk about this. And
right. Maybe we'll do a phone in for the next one. We'll have a dealer call in for something.
That'd be fun. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Great.
One thing that I do want to point out, I am loving seeing all of the dealers that came to the summit last year, and how well they're doing this year, and how they've taken some of the stuff that we were showing in the seminars, but also then what they learned from their fellow dealers, and seeing how quickly they've taken that information and run with it has been absolutely awesome.
Right. So you guys know we dumped a small fortune into the cruise and the summit to bring all of you guys together. We gave you back some stuff that we had, that obviously promotional, training wise, but really just you guys talking amongst each other, and we're going to carve out some more time for it this year. Mm-hmm. Meeting, greeting, getting to know the entire dealer family is so important. I think it's so vital for really just not just our company, but the industry as a whole. It behooves everybody to work together so we can all make more money, we can all profit, we can keep growing this market.
Yep, and we do still have spots available for next year's summit, so sign up. We don't have a lot of rooms left, but we do have some rooms left. Pretty much everyone is earning a free cruise, so it's not like we're trying to hawk something that we're making money off of.
Right.
So it's like, just come and learn and have some fun and enjoy a nice 5-day cruise to the Bahamas.
Yeah, no doubt. And I will say this, for all the new dealers, if that's maybe the first time that you heard about this cruise or this summit,
right.
we take everybody on a cruise. We go,
surprise!
Oh, how about that?
In January.
But we get everybody together, we go over some of the training stuff, it's a meet and greet, it's a give back to you guys. Obviously, you work hard the entire year. I will say, if you're new to the program this year, if you're among the 38 or 39 dealers, whatever it stands at today, make sure you reach out, ask us about the summit, how you can benefit from it. I think it would behoove you to be on that cruise, meet and greet with some of these dealers, even if you're a new dealership, if you're new to the industry as a whole, or if you're an old-timer who maybe just hasn't dealt with us in the past. I think you can get a lot out of it.
Yeah. And I would go as far as to say I know you will get a lot out of it. We asked the last question we asked on last year's summit was, who here is taking something actionable away that will make you more money or make your customers happier? And 100% of the dealers that came raised their hand, and I believe that.
I'll do you one better. Look at where those dealers stand right now and the things that they picked up on that cruise. I mean, there's a great book called The Compound Effect about implementing small changes early on and allowing them to grow over time. I know a lot of dealers on that trip that picked up even just minute details for every single sale. If that boosted them to, say, 1 extra unit per month, that 1 unit per month is now 50, or excuse me, 1 extra unit per week is 50 a year. It's a huge amount of money to make over small incremental changes.
Right, who here wouldn't want to sell 50 more scooters this year?
Right.
So, anyone got anything else? I know we let them get back to work and selling stuff. Everyone's been busy.
No.
All right, so we're going to take off. It's about dinner time here. We're here at about 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. So thank you guys for just rocking it out. Inventory is coming. We got plenty of stuff in-house right now. Reach out. We want to hear what you think about the new dealer portal, the new Bintelli Parts website. We got all the new stuff coming.
The Beast in the back, give us some feedback.
We do have a couple left of those right now. We got a lot coming in. Green will be unveiled in the next couple of weeks. It's on the website, but it'll actually be in-house in I think about 3 weeks or so. So keep your eyes peeled. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Actually, one last thing I want to talk about. We dropped the price $50 on Adley across the board.
How did we forget that?
About that. I don't have any notes, but we dropped $50. We didn't raise the MSRP or lower the MSRP, so that's $50 more in all of your pockets. So for those of you that are already doing extremely well with the Adleys, more money in your pocket. For those that haven't tried, now's the best time to try.
The dealers that haven't tried an Adley, at this point in the season, it would make a lot of sense. Honestly, 2 units, if you want to just experiment with that product, let us know, because it's just an incredible piece of equipment. So
cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope to see you a lot sooner than 7 weeks from now. We will work our best to get back in front of the camera again. But until next time, thanks for watching.
Thanks.
See you guys.